You won't believe this story. I mean, this is unprecedented in real estate. I mean, hey, since the pandemic, everything in real estate has been abnormal. But this story, this is a new historic landmark for real estate, and it is big. Okay, so what's going on? Resale homes now cost more than new construction. This is crazy. We have to talk about it. How did this happen? This has never happened before. The market's being upended. What is going on? All right, so what we have to do is we have to step back. We have to understand a little bit of what's going on. And of course, it begins with supply and demand. But let's first start with what the average price is. Look, for like the last decade and for most of actually the last 20 years, new construction homes have been on average about $60,000 higher priced than the average resale. And then just this May, after a busy spring market of 2 years of competitive wars and low inventory, what happened? We saw that 60,000 threshold go down to about 15. And then, just last month, it converged. For the first time, we saw the prices of new and resales intersect. And that intersection has now tipped so that resales now cost more on average than a new construction home. So what on earth happened? Well, here's what happened: supply and demand. 80% of homeowners are locked in interest rates that are less than 6%. But today's interest rate, after a series of Fed hikes, 11 of them in the last year and a half, is now about 7%. So if you have an interest rate at less than 6, and 80% of all homeowners do, most of them don't want to sell. And if they don't want to sell, then we're not restocking the resale market. And if we're not restocking the resale market, well, the demand still exists for people buying homes. So their options are more limited and they're leaning towards new construction. To understand this dynamic a little bit more, let's talk about it, okay? So during a normal market, for the vast majority of real estate history, about 10% of the supply on the market is new construction, meaning that within the last couple of years, 1 in 10 homes that you would go look at would be a new construction, the other 9 were resales. But there's so little resales on the market that you can't do that anymore. Right now, the national average across the country is about 35 to 40%. So instead, you're seeing 3 to 4 homes out of those 10 are new construction. But locally, that's anywhere from 50 to 70%, depending on the market segment you're looking at. That means 5 to 7 of the 10 homes you're gonna go see are all new construction, because that's the only options out there. This is a huge stat and a huge change. The big thing here is supply and demand. But here's something else that's extremely interesting. If you look at the resale segment, our homes are also, for the first time in history, getting older. The US housing stock has the oldest inventory of homes in a long time. In fact, maybe in its history. And the reason is because we had that building slowdown over the last decade. So we haven't been keeping up on new construction, and so the average age of the home is getting older. This statistic is really staggering. 50% of the US homes are 40 years or older. The lifestyle changes that have occurred in just 10 years ago, let alone 20, 30, or 40 years ago, are so different than they are today, and they need to be remodeled and they need to be updated. So we're seeing this huge stock of resales that need updating as well. So the new construction is gonna win automatically. But look, listen to this. This is really crazy statistic. 85% of existing resale homes were built before 1999, meaning they were in the last century. They're over 20 years old. 85%, that's a huge statistic. Look, our homes are getting older, the interest rates are rising, we haven't kept up on new construction demand, and all these things are setting into this perfect storm of why new construction now is cheaper to buy than a resale. So consider next time you're looking at a home the importance of looking at both new and resales, and keep in mind always the supply and demand dynamics, because they're so important to how pricing occurs, particularly in real estate, where the changes the Fed is doing to the interest rate are just upending lots of industries, but notably the real estate market. Hey, if you liked watching this video, make sure to subscribe and check back for more updates on the real estate market, luxury home tours, and new design trends in the real estate market. Thanks for watching.